disconnected.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm out here with the KUBOTA BX23S, and one thing about the KUBOTA, it's wonderful. It's been super. Everything, I've dug ditches, I've done all my water lines for my house, I've done my footing for the house, and it's been great. I've dug some stumps up, but one thing I haven't done is been in the woods with it yet, and the reason why is because the undercarriage on this thing, and it's so exposed, and I'll show you here in a minute. I'll take the camera and show you, but bro-tek has got skid plates, and that's what I got, a bro-tek skid plate. I got the full coverage skid plate. You can get just the rear, or the rear and then the front part that attaches to it, extension, to fully protect it. And that's what I opted to get. I want to make sure, because I'm going to do a lot, I have a lot of woods, that's what I have, and I don't want no stems, sticks sticking up through there, brush, anything, tearing up the undercarriage on this thing. So this is a real good investment for your tractor, and bro-tek is the best in the business. Richard, there's a super guy. He'll set you right up, and they make this not just for the 23S, they make it for, I believe, pretty much all the BXs. But go to bro-tek and check it out. I'll put a link below. But I'll show you these skid plates, and I want to show you up under here the reason why I'm putting this on before I go in the brush and sticks up in the woods. So let me get a close-up of this. Okay, here's the skid plates that I got from bro-tek. This is the rear skid plate. It's got the cutouts for you where you can still drain your oil and change it. But now to change the transmission filter, you will have to remove the skid plate to get to it. That's a cutout right here for your PTO. If you use the mower deck, that's the cutout. You'll take that off, take the two bolts out, remove that plate so you can use your PTO for your mower deck. And then of course this is just cut out for a couple bolts that it sets over. And then here's your rear bolts. We'll be using some of the bolts that's factory on the KUBOTA, and then we'll use a few bolts that he supplied with it. And then this is the front piece, which right here, it bolts to the front part of this skid plate and then connects to the front of your tractor by a couple bolts that are already on the tractor. So let me show you the undercarriage on this thing and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, this is the undercarriage on the KUBOTA. As you can see how exposed everything. See the filters all exposed, all the wires are exposed on toward the back. They got this little cheap skid plate, which really is worthless, to protect that fan, but you could still forward, you're gonna jab a stick up through here and tear your fan up, so you definitely don't want to break that. This is going to protect all that. It will also protect your filter. You want this filter covered, and that's why you have to take the skid plate off. If this wasn't covered, you could also hit it with a stick, push your filter up, and you'll dump all your transmission fluid out, not even knowing what's going on. So you want this protected too. And this thing is going to fully protect it. I'll go ahead and tilt here up toward the front. You can see all the wires that are exposed, your drive line, your filters, linkage, and all this stuff. So we're going to protect all this by putting on the bro-tek skid plates. And this is where I was saying the PTO is for your mower deck, which I don't have the mower deck with mine. I didn't want it, and so I won't worry about that. But there is that cutout where you can take the plate out if you're going to use this to connect your mower deck with the skid plate on. But what we'll be doing is we're going to remove a couple bolts back here that come on there, and we're going to clamp it on up here, and then we'll bolt the two together, and I'll do a video showing it as I do it here. But we'll remove this junk when it comes off here. There's two bolts on each side, one here and one here, and same on this side. Remove them bolts and get them out of the way and totally get rid of this thing. So let's get started. All right, the first thing we're going to do is remove the two bolts on this side, and of course there's two bolts on the other side. This side I can get a ratchet on and a wrench on the other side. The other side we'll have to use 2 wrenches. There's not room for the ratchet. Okay, we got that removed. Now with these bolts here in the back, we'll have to remove them, a couple of them. Okay, now I got to remove these two bolts here that are the ones that are, you had 4 here, but we want to move the 2 front ones. And they are 19 millimeter. That's what them are. Like that. Now our skid plate, the back holes of our skid plate will go on these 2 bolts. It has a lock washer and a washer in here, so I'm just going to remove this washer, leave the lock washer on top, which will still be a flat plate. You really don't have to have that flat washer with this heavy steel, and that'll give me more room to put my nuts on the bottom. And I do recommend putting some Loctite on these bolts, some kind of thread locker. I'll put some glue on here to make sure that they don't vibrate loose, come off later. Okay, of course these nuts I want to start them on, but just leave them loose, not tight, don't even snug them up yet. Okay, now it comes with 2 U-bolts, and they will actually go over this. There's 3, looks like pins here. It will go over the center of those pins like so. So you can go ahead and set them on there. And then we'll raise this up into position. Slide it all the way forward, I think will help. And then there'll be a flat washer and a nylon lock nut that goes on each one of those. This here will take a 13 millimeter wrench or deep well socket, whatever you got. Slip the other one in. I'm gonna find me a deep well to go on that. Okay, before I tighten them up, I'll go ahead probably and put these on. These bolts that go right in here, and there's already a nut on top that's threaded. So I'll just put Loctite on them and run them bolts in. And they came supplied with it also. Now I'll tighten these 2 last. There's a couple front bolts that goes in, we'll put in, and then we'll tighten these 2 here last. And the front bolts will go right here. They come supplied with it also, with 2 washers and a nylon lock nut, which is nice. I guess you could put it either way. I think I'm going to put the nylon lock nut on the outside. Like so. Put the other side in, then all I gotta do is tighten everything up and I'll be done. Yeah, I'll get the socket and wrench, tighten these up too. Okay, I'm gonna tighten up my rear bolts, my 2 front bolts, and I am done. As you can see, we're now really protected on this thing. That's a nice heavy skid plate steel. Tread plate looks good, and I'm so happy to have this on. Now I can go into the woods and do some work, which I need to be getting done, so that is great. So anyway, thank you all for watching Woodzman Adventures. Please check out bro-tek. I'll put a link in the description. Like I said, you can get this for the other Kubota BX models also, not just the BX23S. But please click the thumbs up on this video. Click subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Got a lot more BX videos, dual sport, CRF 250L videos, videos on my house. We got lots of videos coming. Just gotta get time to make them. Thank y'all for watching. Right on.